Hello, this is Justin Williams with the Wolfpacker Podcast. I'm joined again tonight by resident wrestling expert, managing editor of the Wolverine and the Wolfpacker magazines, Ryan Tice. We're going to break down day 2 of the 2021 NCAA Wrestling Championships. Please remember to subscribe, rate, and review this podcast wherever you listen to us. We're on Apple Podcast app, Spotify, Google Play, everywhere you listen to podcasts. Plus, you can watch us on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and give this video a thumbs up. So Ryan, let's jump right into it. Last I checked before I hopped on here, looks like State slid a little bit in the team rankings. Looks like they're tied for 6th, right?
Yep, that's correct.
So can you kind of explain the implications of that? What happened today? What led to that? And kind of where NC State's standing is heading into day 3?
Yeah, to the second day of the NCAA Wrestling Championships is always a big day. You got quarterfinals in the morning, semifinals at night, and those are big-time point opportunities in terms of the team race. I think when we talked yesterday, NC State was in 4th place with 8 guys alive. Today, they pushed through 4 guys to be All-Americans, slid down to 6th place. I would say 4th place is probably – it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough for them to finish in 4th place. Let's just put it that way. Even if they had all their guys remaining winning, they would probably still need some bonus points and then some help with Arizona State not doing as well in order to finish in 4th place. But still, let's talk positives. 4 All-Americans for NC State. That ties a school record, ties the same number they had in 2018 when they tied for 4th as a team. So pretty big accomplishment there. I'll just jump into the individuals because that's what it's really all about here. Trent Highly, the 184-pound redshirt sophomore, he's in the national finals. That's the top line news item. He's looked really good in this tournament and then had to gut out a double overtime basically win in the semifinals. But, you're always going to have a tough match in the semifinals. So it was good to see him get it done. He was the number 2 seed. It was chalk in the 184-pound bracket for the finals. He'll face number 1 seed Aaron Brooks of Penn State tomorrow night, 7 p.m. ESPN will have the coverage. I'm not sure where that match will fall in the order. They always kind of put the best match last. I'm not sure what they're really – sometimes they claim they have fans vote on that. I don't know if that's really the case or not. But Trent Highly will be wrestling in the NCAA finals tomorrow night on ESPN at 184 pounds.
Well, it's good to hear there's still one individual competing for a national title. I see that his brother, Hayden Highly, fell in what you called one of the most anticipated semifinals of the NCAA championships. What happened with Hayden today, and kind of recap, what you saw not just in the semifinals match, but what got him there too?
Yeah, Hayden Highly actually had NC State's first pin in the quarterfinals. So that was some nice crucial bonus points, we call them. 2 extra points there for the pin. Semifinals, like you mentioned, Justin, it was one of the most anticipated matches. Number 2, Hayden Highly versus number 3, David Carr of Iowa State. He just unfortunately fell in that one, 6-4 final score. So it was close, but he does fall to the consolation semifinals, which will start tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. He's still going. He can finish as high as 3rd, and that would be a huge, where NC State finishes up in the final team score, they're really going to have their 3 guys that are in the consolation brackets do well and pick up some wins. And, obviously, of course, bonus points would be a nice bonus.
Now, I know the 125-pounder Jacob Camacho was another guy on your radar. Looks like he fell in a really close match in the semifinals. What happened with him today? And it says here he was eliminated from the All-America honors contention. So, what's kind of the best bet for him moving forward, or is he out eliminated?
Yeah, he's out. He lost in the quarterfinals actually earlier today, and then lost in the wrestlebacks in what's called the blood round. That's where the winner claims a top 8 placement, All-America honors, and unfortunately he fell in a close one. all of NC State's, almost all of NC State's losses, I should say, today were of the close variety. That's just how it goes at the NCAA championships. It's really competitive. But I do think there are two guys we should talk about in addition to the Highly brothers. There's two other guys still alive. 141-pounder Tariq Wilson. He had a, again, I feel like we're saying controversial every time, every night we do one of these. But again, somewhat of a controversial pin at the very end of the first period in his semifinal match. It was a scoreless match at the time, if I recall correctly. But tough one there. He was wrestling the number 1 seed, Jaden Ironman of Iowa. So he's still alive, though. He'll be in the consolation semifinals tomorrow morning, just like Hayden Highly. So big chance for him to pick up some bonus points. And then the other guy worth mentioning tonight, 165-pound fifth-year senior, 174-pound fifth-year senior Daniel Bullard. He'll be wrestling for 7th place. He lost in the consolation quarterfinals earlier tonight and, be going for 7th place, but he is on the All-American cut. He made it. He'll place in the top 8 guaranteed, and that's a big-time accomplishment for a guy in his last year of eligibility.
Well, it sounds like day 2 didn't go necessarily as planned for the Wolfpack, although it's good to see Trent Highly still in the running for his individual crown. So, Ryan, could you give us an idea as to, heading into Saturday, what's kind of the best case scenario for NC State, and what would you say would be kind of the floor for NC State, and maybe where do you think things will end up tomorrow?
Yeah, I haven't crunched all the numbers yet. I'm a big enough nerd that I'm normally crunching numbers and figuring out, okay, this team has this many points left they're able to earn. I haven't done that yet. We're talking, I think it's like a little past midnight right now, and I probably still will do that tonight, but don't have the exact answer. But I'll say this. I do think they're probably pretty safely in the top 10 as a team. That's obviously a big-time accomplishment. Ceiling-wise, I think they could probably, like I said earlier, 4th place would take an absolutely perfect finish to the tournament for NC State, everybody winning, picking up bonus points in a few spots. But I do think they probably – I'm going to put the ceiling at 5th place. If everything goes well, I think they could probably finish in 5th place. But, I mean, like I mentioned, days ago, the team race is super tight. NC State right now, I have it right here. They're 2 points behind number 5 Michigan right now. They're tied in 6th place with Missouri, and they're 1 point ahead of number 8 Minnesota. So that just goes to show you those teams are really tightly grouped together. It's going to be a tight race to see who gets that. I think it's going to be a really tight race to see who finishes up in 4th place and gets that last team trophy.
Well, sounds like there's still a lot to be decided tomorrow, still a lot to compete for NC State. Let's see what they can do. Hopefully, hope for the ceiling, maybe a top 5 finish there for the Wolfpack, but we'll see how it all unfolds tomorrow. Ryan, any other thoughts or observations you want to share from day 2 before we wrap this up?
No, I think, it was a long day. I always say day 2 feels like a very long day, and, it's really the ups and downs of any NCAA tournament. We're seeing it in basketball right now. We were talking a little before we started recording just about how crazy the basketball tournament is. And I mean, it's a tournament in March. There's going to be madness. There's going to be upsets. There's going to be things that you don't expect to happen. So it's always good when you get a guy into the finals. He is the 6th NCAA finalist at NC State under head coach Pat Papalizio, who's in his 5th year. We're talking about Trent Highly there. So very exciting for him, and we'll get to watch him on ESPN in the NCAA Finals tomorrow night.
Well, that'll do it for our Day 2 recap. Tune back in tomorrow night, same time, same place. We'll be here recapping Day 3 and see how the Wolfpack finishes up at the 2021 NCAA Wrestling Championships. Please remember to subscribe, rate, and review this podcast wherever you listen to us. We're on the Apple Podcast app, Spotify, Google Play, everywhere you listen to podcasts. Plus, you can always listen to us on thewolfpacker.com. While you're at thewolfpacker.com, use promo code PACK60 for a free 60-day trial on all of our premium content, news, and analysis at thewolfpacker.com. You also get access to the message board where Ryan Tice is given the live feed on the message board with plenty of great nuggets to keep you updated on everything going on in the NCAA Wrestling Championships as it all unfolds. Remember, you can also watch this on our YouTube channel, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Follow us on social media. You can follow our main account at the Wolfpacker. Follow Ryan at Ryan Tice on Twitter for all the good wrestling updates tomorrow, and you can also follow me at Justin H. Will on Twitter. Give us a like on Facebook, NC State Wolfpack on thewolfpacker.com. And for Ryan Tice, this is Justin Williams, and this has been the Wolfpacker Podcast.